Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today in this video where we're going to be giving our reaction to this TikTok video that's gone crazy about a Nigerian man that has been kicked out by the wife. I'm not going to ruin all of the fun. I'll just play the video, stop it from time to time just to kind of respond to certain points that is presented, but ultimately I would provide a reflection, a reaction, and an overview really, and for all of us to kind of grow as people. Without any further ado, let's keep it going.
Married to a Nigerian man. We've been married for over 8 years. You understand? I have caught him cheating a few times. But lately he said he wanted to go for a vacation back home because he hasn't been back home for a while. And he wanted to go see his family. Little did he know, I had our lines set up in such a way that I know what everybody's doing on their phone, including the kids. He's not savvy to electronics and stuff like that, but I am. But I have been eavesdropping way before his trip to Nigeria. And I noticed that he has been talking to another woman in Nigeria, what they're going to do, where they're going to meet, the whole nine. I knew everything that he was.
Okay, this I thought was quite interesting. It was very clear, or it is very clear here, that trust is completely gone. That's non-existent. And the point that she made earlier, which I thought was also quite interesting, the fact that she already knew that he was cheating. She's known all this time that he's got a history of doing it as well. The question I want to ask is, if this was a problem, why was it not addressed? And also, what is the reason behind both parties still being together? It's only a question, and this question is not just directed at her or directed at the husband, it's directed at both of them. That's only a question. Let's go.
He was planning on what was going to happen when he leaves. But, us humans, we always going to do what we feel like, when we want to do and how we want to do it. You can't really stop anybody from doing what they want to do, especially if they have premeditated and they have a fantasy of what they're going to get out of it, how great and good and pleasurable it's going to be to them. So
the point that she's just made there, I think that it's important that we kind of digest that, because it is true. As individuals, we are going to do what we're going to do, even if we want the other party to know or not want the other party to know. I think our reactions to that would depend on how we feel that the other party is going to respond to it, would kind of dictate the way that we approach whatever it is that we're trying to conceal or trying to do, really. So I think that's a very good point. But what we must also consider is, whilst we've got that ability to do that, we've also got the ability to decide if we want to put ourselves in that position to accept those sort of behaviors. Again, it's from both parties. I'm not just saying from the woman. It's important that we play neutral here and not see one-sided. But also, it's also important to kind of say that I'm not condoning what the man has done. It's not acceptable. It shouldn't have happened, especially if the wife has got no idea about what he's doing, in terms of like it's not being agreed by the both of them. Again, whatever people get up to, that's their business. But this has been put in the public domain, hence the reason we're talking about it. All right, let's go.
I didn't say nothing to him. I just pretend I didn't know. But I had to do something that after this man comes back, he's going to pay. He's going to pay for such deceit. I was going to make him miserable. I was going to make him suffer the consequences. So I waited till he left. Mind you, we got a big, beautiful house and we live in large. All right. So a day after he left, I went looking for me an apartment. I got an apartment. It was just a small, affordable 2-bedroom apartment. We have 3 kids. All right. Me and my 3 kids can fit in the 2 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms. I mean, nobody else. So I got my apartment and then I booked a storage. I had to book 2 storage units because I needed to put more than half of the stuff we had in the house and in the garage in the storage. I did that and then I hired a moving company to put what I didn't need in the storage and bring what I needed in the apartment, okay? Within a week or 2, I had all that done. And then I cleaned the house and prep it and put it on the market for rent without his knowledge. He was doing his thing, going to Nigeria to see another woman without my knowledge. So whatever I want to do to hurt his feelings too, I got to do it without his knowledge. It ain't got to be another man. See, that's what y'all women need to understand. You got to come back at a man without going to cheat on him. That's lowering, that's devaluing yourself. No other man need to, So he didn't know. He was gone for 2 months. I got my new place, me and the kids in 2.
Okay, this is deep. The point here is that you could see that this woman is clearly hurt, and the fact that she felt it was okay to continue to put herself through this pain is what is quite worrying. But the response really is, I suppose, what she thought was appropriate. So it's an interesting response. But the point she makes about devaluing oneself, usually a lot of the time with either a man or a woman, if one of them feels hurt because they've been cheated on, the other person feels the best way to kind of respond to that is to do exactly the same thing. If that's your values and your views in terms of being able to overcome that situation, then I suppose that's on you. But if it's not something that you believe in, then is it really worth going through all of that? Because ultimately the person that's going to struggle with that is you. So it's important that we take that into consideration when we're trying to respond and react to somebody's behavior and how that has affected us. Okay, the final piece of this before I round up, let's just listen to this.
Little bedroom. I put our house on the market and put it for rent at $12.75 a month. Yes. Little to his knowledge, when he got back, he went straight to our home, tried his key, he couldn't answer. He didn't see my car. He called me and he's like, baby, I'm home, but I can't enter the house and your car's not here. Where are you at? I said, I moved out. I have tenants in the house and they're renting from me. He's like, what? He said, this is a joke, right? I said, no, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. Everything you came from doing, I know about it. I knew about it before you could leave. You went to go see another woman. So you see, that's the thing about marriage. God gave me the right to divorce you right now, but I'm not going to divorce you. I'm going to be separated from you for a year until you straighten your act. But within that year, I'm going to pocket all that money for that those tenants going to be paying. It's going to be mine. If you don't change in a year, I will sell the house and all the money is going to be mine. He was like, you're joking. You're joking, right? He's trying to laugh, but at the same time, he's scared out of his pants. You're joking, right? I said, no, it's not a joke. So whatever Uber or taxi brought you to their house, you better tell them to wait for you and leave, because I'm a bet. If those tenants call me saying that some strange man is trying to enter their house, I'll tell them to call the police. I'll tell them to call the police, and you're gonna get arrested. He was like, you're joking. You're serious, right? I said, yes, I am. So where do you live? I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you. You'll see the kids. I'll bring the kids wherever you at, but I'm not telling you where I'm staying. You're not gonna know where I'm staying. So all the cheating you did here in America, and then you're gonna go on a vacation back home to see another woman. And if you need a vacation.
Okay, I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna round up the video there. I think you can kind of see that we're getting into loads of arguments and loads of bitterness between the both of them. But what I'm going to say with regards to this really is it's quite sad, because having to put this out in the public domain about your private affairs for people that you do not know to kind of comment on it, it is quite sad really. But the fact that the man's come back and she's fully aware of what he's been up to, but still decides that she still wants to be married to him is what's quite fascinating really, because she knows that she doesn't accept it. She knows she doesn't want to tolerate it. She knows that he's got a history of doing this, but she wants to give him a year to straighten out. And what happens then? He straightens out in a year's time, then everything's all good. Does she then automatically forget what has happened, and then she's going to be able to trust him again? She's going to be able to believe that when he says he's going on holiday, then that would be all good. I suppose the good thing about all of this really is that she's saying, in her own words, that she's going to be taking the kids over to him so that he can see the kids. The point in all of this, I believe, that everybody's missing is that the kids are not being prioritized here. The feelings of the adults is taking over, because if the kids were being prioritized in this situation, mom would consider the impact that this post is going to have on the children. Dad would consider the impact of his behavior on the children as well. So if you've got a disagreement, what I believe needs to be happening is the consequences of our actions as adults needs to be played out by both parties first before you decide to take the next action. Because right now, it is the children that are going to be caught up in this web. Wherever they go to school, whatever university they go to, wherever workplace they go to, they're the ones that are going to have to answer for what their mother or father have decided to do. This cannot be taken off the web anymore. But in looking through the comments, you could see loads of people that are kind of like cheering mom on in terms of how she's a queen and how she's gone on to do this amazing thing and all of that. What all parties need to consider is when all of the dramas have died down, you're going to be left to unpick the trauma that has been brought on these children. Both parties are not going to have these people cheering them on, standing side by side with them to support your children through this. You're going to be on your own. I hope that you like what we're all about. Please leave your comment down below. If you agree, you disagree, that's fine. Let's have a debate. like, subscribe, and yeah, of course, watch out for the next content that we've got to deliver. Until next time, you make sure you look after yourself and you stay safe. It's been Kings. Bye for now.